So, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Insomnia Talks. And so, going back into what I was saying last night, because yes, I'm just gonna jump right into this. I just saw again another damn post about somebody who filmed themselves raping an 8-year-old and received 120 years. 120 years in prison. To which my response was, of course, great. My tax dollars get to now go to pay towards 3 hots and a cot, medical coverage, and everything like that for this asshole who's going to be serving 120 years, which I don't know if you know this, but people don't typically live to be 120 years old anyway, let alone somebody who's already in their 30s. Are not going to live to be 150 years old. So congratulations, America. We get to now pay for this asshole to live out the rest of his life being served. Being served as food. Being served. And I've been to jail, okay? I'm not saying like it's a picnic and everybody just, you get to place an order or things like that, okay? It sucks. It does. But please explain to me why someone who does something like that is allowed to be taken care of for the rest of their damn lives. Huh? And I know a lot of you go, well, he probably won't make it that long. He shouldn't make it at all, in my opinion. Okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. We always talk about how, well, there's not enough money to help out the homeless people. There's not enough money for everyday people to get medical coverage, and people are afraid to even go to the hospital because of hospital bills and things like that. Well, why are you giving it to this guy? Why are you going to give it to him? Why are you going to give it to people just like him and act like there's nothing that can be done about it? Because what? Because you're a little uncomfortable with that asshole not living anymore? Really? That's your issue? That's your issue. Well, then fine. I tell you what, anybody and everybody who has a problem with just putting that asshole 6 feet under should be 100% responsible for covering all of their bills. That includes housing that inmate. That includes medical coverage. That includes food 3 meals a damn day. That includes bed sheets, bedding, pillows, every and anything that person needs. Oh, and also anything that gets supplied to the canteen that they're allowed to buy as well. You go take care of that, and you be responsible for that, because my tax dollars should not be going to keep pedophiles comfortable. I don't understand why this is such an issue. Okay? A 9mm round costs between 11 and 15 cents. I say we go real old school. Just take 6 guys, have them wait outside of a sealed room, have one person in the sealed room loading 6 shotguns, 1 with a live round, 5 others with blanks. Then you have them come in, randomly select. Everybody has to squeeze the trigger, firing squad style, and nobody knows who actually pulled the trigger. How about that? Can we do it like that? Let's save some tax dollars. I mean, come on. These are the types of people that you want to help live as comfortably as possible while being locked up. That's what it is. Okay? That's insane. And he's not getting out. He's going to be there for the rest of his life. Okay? Assuming that he actually has to serve the 120-year sentence. But then furthermore, why is it that this guy is doing 120 years, but there have been politicians who have been convicted of raping multiple victims, and I mean children as well, and get 6 months. 6 months! Some things do need to change in this damn country. Everyone, as far as criminality goes, needs to be held accountable on the exact same damn level. Period. If you break the law, I don't give a shit how much money you have. Jussie Smollett, who can spend $10,000 and get out of 16 felonies. Anybody want to tell me what the hell happened with that? It doesn't matter. If I steal a car, I get time. If somebody else steals a car who's got mommy and daddy's money to back them up, for some reason, they don't have to do as much time? I was under the impression that the law is the law in this country, but I guess I was completely wrong about that. So that's something I think we really need to fix. Everyone wants to complain about being all these anti-gun people who talk about, I'm not moving out of this country, I'll just vote for the politicians who want to get rid of all the guns and everything. those very same politicians that are guarded by armed security. Interesting. You're all hypocrites. You don't want this country to be protected. You don't want individuals to be accountable for their own actions. You don't want individuals to be responsible for anything. And you don't uphold the laws that are already in place. You want to know what the problem is with this country? You guys are the problem with this country. Those same people who constantly bitch and moan but never have a damn solution to anything. It's going to be nothing but chaos because all of you want to sit around and complain and blame the other side, and that's both sides, by the way. I'm done with the party politics and titles and shit, okay? Because you have some decent people that are on both sides, and you have some morons that are on both sides as well. The problem is, the morons are yelling louder. Why can't we just shut those idiots up for 5 minutes and listen to the people who are willing to compromise and don't really care as much about their stupid party titles as they do with doing their fucking jobs? Now, this is going to be immediately demonetized if I even had any kind of monetization on YouTube, which I don't. But if I had, just simply saying what I just said, because I said fuck in the middle of it, would get me demonetized, because we're not allowed to talk anymore. We're not allowed to be responsible for ourselves. We're not allowed to choose the way that we decide to protect ourselves and our families and everything like that. It's batshit crazy, and it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. Here's my solution if you don't like guns. Don't buy one. Don't buy one. But don't tell me how I am allowed to protect myself and or my family. Just don't do it. You have no right to tell me that I am not allowed to defend myself to the best of my ability because you don't like the method. Then you don't use that method. You sit around and you wait 15, 20, 30 minutes for the cops to show up and see if whoever kicks your door in decides that they're going to wait too. You do it. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna happen. And if you don't want to be responsible for your own damn life and the lives of your children and the people that you live with and the people that you love and care about, or hell, I'll take it a step further. Even if I go out into public and I'm carrying, don't think that I'm not going to do anything and everything that I can to help try and defend the people that are around me, even though I don't know them. Because that is what's known as being responsible. But you want someone else to be responsible and accountable for your life, and that is ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. And I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's been a long day, and people are driving me crazy. So I figured I'd get on here. I wasn't entirely sure about what I was going to do as far as the subject matter tonight. That happens all the damn time. You guys know that as far as listening to this podcast and everything. But, you know, I did want to get you guys one tonight, and I'm not understanding why people don't want to take responsibility for themselves. Why? Why do you always want to put it on someone else? It's like the movie Gamer. You guys remember that movie? I think it was 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. Gerard Butler and what's his face who played Dexter? He's the bad guy. You know, he has a line in it where he goes, where he's talking to Gina Parker Smith. I don't remember her, the actress who plays her either. But on the movie, she plays Gina Parker Smith, and she's got a little talk show, like interviewing random people, and he's on there, and he's talking about the fact that wouldn't it be nice to just let go and let somebody else take over and have complete control? Well, that's what you guys are doing. You're just like, hey, everybody else run my life and dictate my life. But by the way, I don't trust the people that are making the rules that dictate my life. You just like bitching and moaning about things. It's like those people out there who just never want to fix a problem, because if they actually fix the problem, then they wouldn't have anything to bitch and moan about. Alright? I don't have a problem with bitching and moaning by any means. I think everyone does it, and I think everyone absolutely has the right to do it. I just think that if you're never going to try and come up with a solution to fix those problems, then people are going to stop listening to you bitch and moan, because you're not making things any better. In fact, you're the problem. You're making things worse. How about just for a split second, make an attempt to come up with a fucking solution to those problems, okay? All I'm saying is if you don't like guns, don't buy one. If you don't want the responsibility, then don't take upon that responsibility. But don't tell people like me that we're not capable of having that responsibility because you yourself are not. It seems to me like people out there think that if they're not capable of doing something, that no one is. And that's just insane. You'd have to be completely crazy to think that just because you can't do something. How many of you guys can do a backflip? Because I can do back handsprings and back tucks. Standing back handsprings and back tucks. But yet, I don't put it on anybody else and go, well, why can't you do it? There's lots of things that I can't do. I don't run a Fortune 500 company, but they exist. You know, there's lots of things that I'm not physically capable of that other people are physically capable of. How many of you can run as fast as Usain Bolt? You can't. None of us can. That's why he's like the fastest son of a bitch alive. Okay? Doesn't mean that it's not possible for it to happen. And so you guys need to just knock it the hell off with trying to dictate what other people are allowed to do with their damn lives while at the same time claiming that it's your body, your choice, your bliss, your that, your whatever. Well, then how about you let it be our choice? How about you let it be our choice? Seriously. Is it really so much to ask that you stay the hell out of our personal lives and let us do what we want? As long as we're not affecting other people, and stop laying the blame of what other people do and correlating that to anybody and everybody else as well. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, people. You need to grow the hell up. You really do. You need to grow the hell up. Stop being weak-minded little pansies about things. Grow the hell up. Grow a set of balls, grow a pair of fucking ovaries, and man and woman the fuck up. Quit being little bitches about everything, okay? Because life's a lot harder than getting offended. It's a lot harder than that. And for all of you kids that are out in high school right now who are getting offended by murals painted in your hallways, grow the fuck up, you little pussies. Stop being whiny little bitches about shit. Life is fucking hard. And it's way harder with people like you sitting around whining and bitching and moaning constantly without ever fucking coming up with a solution. Okay? You couldn't handle being called a name? Oh, we're so sorry. How are you going to handle getting fired from a job because you sat around bitching and moaning that you didn't like the work that you signed the contract to go do? There's lots of jobs I've worked that I didn't like the job. That doesn't mean that I spend any less time busting my ass. I don't have to like a job to be good at what I do. Because that's your job. And not only that, but you picked it. You went in there, you filled out the application, you did the interview, probably two nowadays is usually how it goes. Then you went through the orientation, then you went and actually started the job where you got trained to do the damn job. Now you get a paycheck. You fucking made the decision to get up and go do that, and now you want to sit around and bitch and moan without trying to work your ass off? Well, maybe you shouldn't have applied for that fucking job to begin with, or maybe you should have done a little more research into what that job was actually going to be. Stop crying about every damn thing. Make a decision, and then own that decision. People mess up all the time. There's no such thing as mistakes, people. The only mistakes are the ones that you don't learn from. So how about you learn from it, move the fuck on, and don't do it again. It's that easy. Life is so much harder than getting called names and being offended, and there's the easiest, simplest of solutions on how to deal with that. It's called grow up and move the fuck on. Stop complaining about every little fucking nitpicky thing. And I realize, yes, I am in fact complaining right now. But at least I'm offering some solutions here, okay? That's kind of my point. If you're going to bitch and moan about something, figure out a way to try and fix that. Oh, damn, excuse me. Figure out a way to try and fix that problem. You know, and no, the solutions aren't always going to be easy. Clearly, they're not always going to be easy, but I think if you just sat down for 5 minutes and thought about it, you might actually come up with something that might work. The problem is, some of you will stop there. You won't even implement those solutions. You won't try to reach out. You won't try to do anything about it. You'll just realize that there is a solution. But like I said, if you fixed it, you wouldn't have anything to bitch and moan about. God forbid you not have anything to bitch and moan about. Talking to you, SJWs. You got all these fucking problems out there that you want to go march and protest and blah, blah, blah. And by all means, go for it. Every single damn right to do so. Go for it. I will support that right till the day that I take my last breath. I completely support your right to go out and protest and bitch and moan and complain. However, walking with a cardboard sign ain't fixing shit. This is why I'm seriously considering running for office in 2024. Because I want to lay this shit out there and I want to actually try and put solutions out there into the mix. Do I think that I would win? Nah, probably not. Probably not. But you know what I might do? I might get a few messages across. I might get some words out there and I might get some potential solutions out there. And then maybe somebody that does get elected hears that and goes, you know what? That might actually work. I don't even need the credit. I just want shit done. That's really what it comes down to. I don't need the credit. Don't want the credit. Just want the fucking message out there. So, that being said, by the way, about halfway through this little session and my ranting and everything, if you guys are still with me and like what's going on here and want to hear more of this kind of crazy shit, or if there's any other topics that you guys want discussed, please feel free to message me on Twitter at Insomnia Talks or hit me up on my Gmail account. You guys can email me at insomniatalks@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on the podcast, Anchor will actually allow you to leave me voice messages and everything like that. So go right on ahead and do that. I will, as always, post some of the links down. Some, not all, because Anchor, thank you, always gets me out on like 10 different platforms, including Anchor. And so I usually post the top 3 that I think most people actually use. And, of course, you guys can message and like and comment and everything on YouTube as well if you guys watch this on YouTube. So, now, getting back to it. What the fuck, people? So I'm really that should be the title for the day, but I think YouTube would block that and no one would hear this, which would defeat the whole purpose of the message in general, which is just getting it out there. Share this, guys. That's really all I want. Share it. I don't need your money or anything like that. There is an option to donate and everything like that through Anchor if you guys like what I'm doing and get better equipment, better mic, better camera, because I know my camera's a little and everything like that. There is an option for that. I do have a PayPal, but I don't list it because I'm not interested, especially right now, in getting any money or anything like that. I don't want that. I want the message out there. So if you guys like what's going on, share this. You know, just help me promote it, help me push it, and everything like that. Come over, follow me on Twitter for more updates and stuff like that. I'm going to be much, much, much more active on Twitter. And unfortunately, I mean, I guess I'm going to be a little more on Facebook, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, just share stuff right now, guys. That really helps me a lot. And for everybody who's already, you know, been a fan, been subscribed for a while and everything like that, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are great. You guys keep coming back for more content. You guys keep sharing my stuff. And you guys are my base. I love that about you guys. You guys are awesome. And if you are already subscribed or you listen to the podcast and you guys run any podcast of your own, if you guys have a Twitch channel, anything like that, you guys know I'm all about promoting and helping other people get their shit out there. So if you drop me a message, whether it be Twitter, email, or comment section or anything like that, I will be sure to not only mention you on the next podcast, but I will also put a link down for your channel. So be sure to send me that information as well. Okay, guys? Do that, and I will push your stuff just as much as you push mine. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now, people suck. Yeah. I say all that. I'm like, thank you guys, and then just right back to, and people suck. Because too many of them do. Not as many as you'd actually think with the way that the media portrays everything and puts everything out there, but I think a good, like, 80% of us are just day-to-day guys, you know, guys and girls, everything like that. We don't have time to focus on the bullshit. We just try to pay the bills. We try to get things done. And that's my mug. Yeah. Sorry to everybody on the podcast who's like, what the hell is he talking about right now? You guys come over to YouTube. Check me out. Insomnia Talks on YouTube. There you go. You'll find my stuff. But, man, why is it that people just don't seem to want to take accountability for things? You know, I mean, Because nobody wants the blame. Let me rephrase, actually. Nobody wants the blame, but everybody wants the credit. But either way you look at it, it's still taking accountability. If you take accountability for the things that you messed up, then you're being responsible. If you take accountability for the things that went well, then you're still taking responsibility for those things. It's just interesting to me how not taking credit for the things that you didn't do is almost like it's pushed, it's promoted nowadays. It's like, no. It's not your fault that things didn't work out. It must be because of this, and that's their fault. No, it's because you didn't get up and go to work in the morning. That's why you lost your job. It's not because your boss is a dick or racist or sexist or anything. It's because you didn't get your ass up and go to work in the morning. That's why you got fired. Stop trying to put it on something that has to do with nothing of the sort. Like, it's not about other people all the time. Sometimes it is, in fact, your fault. Period. Sometimes it is your fault. That's just something that people need to accept. And that starts, yes, at home. Parents, you need to stop coddling your children. They're not special. My kids are not special. They're special to me, but they are not special outside of my house. I love what Chris Rock said in Tambourine. It was great. He goes, every single day I tell my kids that they're special. And then before they leave, I tell them, outside of this house, nobody gives a fuck about you. Because they don't. They don't care. Your family name doesn't mean shit. Who you are does not mean anything unless you are willing to prove it and back it up. So do it. Do it. God, I'm going to turn into, oh no, not Shia. Just do it! Yeah, my beard's better though, I think, yeah. My beard's definitely better than Shia LaBeouf's. Anyway. But seriously, I mean, that as goofy as that became and everything like that, he makes a pretty valid point there of just do it. Stop talking about it. Stop bitching and moaning. Get your ass up and go do something about it. I said I wanted to bring you guys more podcasts. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's always going to happen the way that I want it to, because of course, not everything happens the way that we all want it to. And there's definitely room for things not working out. But if you never make the effort, then it's never going to work out, okay? That's just what it is. That's how life works. You have to actually put in the time, the effort, and don't expect things. Here, we have all this tech, you know, I mean, I walk around like everybody else with a damn computer in my pocket. I do. I have information at my fingertips 24/7, okay? We get a little too comfortable because it comes to us so quickly now that we have lost all patience and all ability to sit back and see things through because they don't happen immediately. I've heard people sitting in line at McDonald's losing their shit because it's taken longer than 3 minutes for their food to get to them. Because it's called fast food. And everything that's fast now is almost instant. So people actually think that McDonald's is just going to snap their fingers Thanos style and suddenly your fucking Big Mac's going to appear in your seat next to you. That's not how life works, okay, people? Just because tech happens to work really, really quick like that does not mean that that's how life works. And you need to get out of the damn tech. Get your punk asses outside. Go outside for an hour a day. See if that shit doesn't change your perspective. Go meet people. Go talk to people in real life. Okay? Because those assholes that you got 5,000 followers on Facebook and you got 1 million followers on Twitter, none of them give a shit about you. Okay? They don't. If you disappeared off the face of the earth tomorrow, none of them would fucking care. You know who cares? The people that you actually connect with. You need to go connect with people. With actual people. In real life. Make those connections. That's the realest way to find out who someone really is. It's really easy to talk shit and act hard behind a keyboard. It's really easy to do that. When you get face to face with people, they tend to calm the fuck down a little bit because, oh shit, you could probably kick my ass. I'm not going to run off at the mouth like I would if I had a screen in between us. Go meet people. Go talk to them. It's why I'm okay with abortion, because I've met people, and we don't need some of them. It's fucked up, I know, but there's just people out there that we don't need, like guys who film themselves raping 8-year-olds. We don't need those people around, and we sure as hell do not need to be supporting them with our finances. Okay? We don't. We don't. That is something that I covered yesterday. I think that it would actually and honestly be cheaper to pay for the bullet and the coffin than it would be to house them for 30, 40, 50, or 120 years. Why are we doing that? That's not necessary. It's not something that we need to do, and it's not helping anything. It's not fixing any problems. It doesn't fix a problem. That puts a Band-Aid on it. It puts a Band-Aid on it. Because too many of these guys get rehabilitated in jail and then get out and go do the exact same thing again. They do it over and over again. Don't believe me? Well, here you go, lefties. And I'm not right or left, okay? I'm actually very damn center. Maybe just a pinch left of center, okay? So when I'm calling out lefties, I'm talking about you SJW types who have no balls and act like a bunch of little whiny brats who are entitled to absolutely nothing while thinking that you need to be given everything. You're all the ones that I'm talking to, okay? Here you go, lefties. Since you guys like anecdotal evidence so much, I was molested when I was 10 years old. And you know what I did? I opened my fucking mouth about it and got him locked up because he had already molested 26 other kids previously, had been previously locked up for it, and then he once again got locked up for it. At that point, 9mm round. He's going to get out of jail in 4.5, 5 years. That's when he gets out. He's going to get back out. Does anybody get that? 26 other kids. He's going to get out. Why? He's been in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And then he went, and as soon as he got out, he did it again. That's the kind of person that I'm sorry, yeah, we need to put in the ground. No, to hell with that, I'm not sorry. That guy shouldn't be allowed to walk on this fucking earth anymore. People like that do not deserve to breathe. And that may be a very, very strong statement for some of you, but anybody who's out there right now going, I don't believe in the death penalty, I hope it never happens to your kids because you will have these exact same thoughts that I have every single fucking day now. I have to deal with that every day of my life. Every time I see a new story about this person molested this child or this person raped this elderly person or something along those lines, those thoughts go back through my damn head, and the only thing that I want is a bullet going through his. That's it. So, if it had happened to you, you'd want the same thing. But that's the problem. Nobody wants to look at this from a personal perspective. If it happened to you, you wouldn't want that son of a bitch to breathe either. But because it hasn't happened to you, and I hope that it never, ever happens to you, or anyone you even know for that matter, I hope it never, ever happens. But if it ever did, you'd want them dead too. So, I'm just going to make sure that in these last couple of minutes here, because I'm coming up on 30, and I try to keep these things at 30 right now with no guests and everything, because I know you guys have shit attention spans. Yeah, I said it. But I just want to tell everybody again, thank you for, hanging in there with me over the past couple months when I didn't get anything out to you guys. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed, everybody who shares, and everybody who just keeps coming back for more. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all the views. Thank you guys for all the downloads. Thank you guys for the subscriptions, the notification bell. Hit it so that you guys can keep getting those on YouTube and everything. For everybody out there who's checking this stuff out on Anchor, I just again want to say thank you to Anchor for promoting this stuff, not censoring me and not blocking me just because I happen to have some opinions that might go against the mainstream every once in a while. That being said, I love you guys. I hope you have a good one. And I hope you enjoyed my crazy ass rant about wishing that pedophiles would just die. So, alright guys, I will catch you guys on the next one. I love you. I'm out. Peace.